Taarifa hiyo tutakuwa tunarejelea kwa muda usio kwa mrefu, lakini kwa sasa tuelekee kwingine ambapo naarifiwa Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka ambaye ni kiongozi wa chama cha Wiper anazungumza kwenye mkutano ambao unaendelea kwa sasa. Hebu tusikize.
Ulikuwa mkozi wa Kenya nzima. You are just under 25 years. I promise, if God gives me life, to attend your wedding. You will find a wonderful young man. The lessons ambayo kupata, there are many ways of getting to where God had intended you to become. To take you to. So be very strong, my daughter. And as I speak to Bahati, I'm talking to all the others who are affected. Msiseme kwamba mulirogwa, hakuna urogi hapa. Hey. And that is why I want to thank the Dr. Ramana there and Senator Kavindu herself, a worker. She is a faith worker. We need to hold, and really, Kirago, you don't know what you're doing. I heard the general manager saying people can come here, cry the whole day, get prayed for, all right? And look at this wonderful young Kenyan girl. Beautiful. I invite young men to look at Bahati, but I'd love to. God bless you.
Honorable Eugene Wamalwa.
Sibiokumu, I think in terms of protocol, my seniors have already spoken. I should have spoken before them because the Honorable Martha Karua was Minister for Justice before I came to this building. I was here in 2012 as the last Minister for Justice, and I had a phobia for this building because on the day of the bomb blast, I was a very young lawyer. My practice, I was starting out not far from here, just right behind the Hilton Hotel on Corner House. And when the bomb blast happened, we found the way across the street. We come into this place because of what we saw happen on that day. So when the late President Kibaki appointed me as Minister for Justice, I said a prayer before that was called Belly Bottom Building. And I was with Honorable Cheptumo, and Cheptumo is right here. He was the Assistant Minister for Justice. He's now Senator for Baringo, but he's also Chair of the Legal Committee, and he and his colleagues in the Senate are supporting the ad hoc committee. I just want to thank you, honorable members of the Senate, for standing with the family 25 years ago. And I also want to add the conversation that we started with Honorable Cheptumo and the American Embassy. You are talking of over 11 years ago when we were in this building, the issue of compensation, that America remains the greatest and the strongest partner of Kenya in the war against terror. And they have stood with us through the years. 2013, when we had the Westgate attack, 2015, when we had the Garissa attack, through 2019, Dusit attack, 2020, when we had the terror attack in Manda Bay, lost their lives. We have stood together as partners, and we are saying that that partnership comes with friendship and commitment against a common enemy. We say a friend in need is a friend indeed. And that is why today we are urging President Biden and the American government that they should hear the voice of the families of the victims 25 years later and bring closure to this matter through compensation. We want to stand with you. We also want to urge the Kenya government, the Kenya Kwanza government, to put this that they did send a representative here. Hawa wa Kenya pia mungewaweka kama wana Kenya kwanza, to stand with them, to keep working with the American government to ensure that justice is done and compensation is received. And even as we go into the future, government, as our partners, let us continue strengthening our partnership in the war against terror, because Kenya as an anchor state remains a major target of terrorism. As we speak, we are still seeing terror attacks right from Mandera down to Lamu. And we urge the Kenya government that the idea of reopening the Kenya-Somalia border is something you need to reconsider. With the resurgence of Al-Shabaab, keep our guns and focus trained on the terror enemies that we have across the border. Let us not turn our guns on our citizens. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call upon our distinguished guests, or rather to request them to stay, if they would, for the wreath-laying ceremony. We shall understand if you have to go, but please stay with us until the end. We've had reference to Dr. Ramona of California, but maybe there's a mirror image of her in a representative who is, well, they're both homegrown, but she's further away. Our next speaker, with her committee, if they would join her, is the chairperson of the Ad Hoc Committee on Compensation, Senator Agnes Kavindu.
Good afternoon, everyone. Fellow leaders, the officials of U.S. Embassy, members of the August 7th Bomb Memorial Consortium, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Today, we mark the 25th anniversary of the U.S. Embassy bombing in the Nairobi and Tanzania. We all gather here, brought together by the tragic event that shook the whole world. These attacks